Alive. Greetings, pirate lords, you sexy, sexy pirate lords. May our tall tales please you. When last we left our heroes, they'd wrecked a fire giant galley, putting sailors to the sword and bolt. Karu, you were sort of in the center of everything that went on. Would you care to give us a bit of a recap of recent events as Karu sees them?
On instruction from my captain, Karu went on a stealth reconnaissance mission deep under the waves, made his way around to see what was going on with this giant ship full of fire giants. He gathered some info, was just doing the last little bits of information gathering by going around to the sort of far side of the ship when suddenly a massive wave crashed into him out of nowhere, knocking him, winding him somewhat, but setting him up with a bit of an advantage where he started sneaking onto the ship, noticing that his friends had brought the ship around. He's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And proceeded to cause havoc by cutting the ropes of the bags that were essentially holding the giant boulders that the fire giants would use as their kind of cannon fire, I guess. Cannon fire being that they chucked big rocks. Mm-hmm. He was really rocked by that wave. It was so weird. He's never known the sea to just randomly produce a wave like that. But hey, it was pretty advantageous. It was a little sore from it, but at the end of the day, they took down a really big ship. And I think that wave had a lot to... I think that wave really helped.
I wonder where it came from.
Yeah, he's puzzled by it. If anything, it makes him think he needs to return to his study of the sea, because such an anomaly for him.
Yeah, the oceans are weird at the moment.
The ocean's so weird, yeah.
Now, this isn't the first time Karu has made a sea assault on a large vessel. Typically, though, he has worked in a team that has been in the water with him, not perhaps providing cover fire from another vessel. Does Karu remember sort of the last time he assaulted a ship and kind of any particular details about that? Not that anyone else, here knows about it, but is Cait willing to share what Karu, some of what Karu knows?
I think the biggest memory he has of it, he's assaulted many ships. He's done some by himself, though not usually they were reconnaissance info gathering things. But the one that sticks in his mind the most is probably the last big mission he did that went horribly wrong, because the impact of the wave reminded him a lot of the impact of when the underwater mines went off, and he was kind of propelled backwards away from the rest of his group. So he did have a bit of a flash of that, and for a moment didn't realize where the wave was coming from. But I think when he got bashed up against the ship, mm-hmm. It kind of shook him out immediately, because in the memory he just gets pushed back out into open water. He doesn't get hit into anything. Yeah.
And you obviously had to pull yourself up onto that ship and then kind of see, these giants rocked. And I guess speaking of that, Pauly, last session you manned the percentage to allow your crew to bombard the fire giant ship. What was going through Pauly's head as fire giants were being cut down and falling into the water and crushed beneath their own vessel?
Oh fuck, I'm so happy that worked.
Very good. Last session as well, we got to see, thanks to the work of Cillian, Yama, you got to see your son and brother. They were in front of a large army ready to board ships on a beach. What was it like the last time Yama stood in front of a large hobgoblin army? Sort of where does his mind go if, when he's thinking of the last time he stood in front of a big army like that?
Yeah, so he's seeing his brother and his son rallying this huge army, right? And as all the guns are going off on the ship and all that, as well as we fight these fire giants, I think the smell kind of tickles his nose, and he's instead seeing flashes of burning buildings and leveled towns, and the cries of like townspeople as, you know, his army, the army that he was leading, is just rampaging and pillaging, and it's probably the last time that he ever led the army. And after that, he definitely turned his back on them, and his whole life trajectory changed. But he remembers seeing his goblins under his command using their shields and, you know, backing up these townspeople towards the cliff faces and just pushing them off, all these innocents. And he can just remember the smoke in the background, and he was watching and leading charge, and this was his idea, and he is just horrified at himself. And that's his thoughts as he sees his brother and his son about to commit the same sins, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, history repeating itself again. And it says terrifying. Speaking of terrifying or horrific visions, Cillian, it's perhaps terror-inducing for you to be on, you know, spending a lot of time on the water. You're quite averse to it in an archipelago, which is unfortunate, because something is hunting you. But it wasn't always so. Can you describe to me what it is you took from that sunken temple that angered this hunter so? And how did you escape from that place? Like, what great works of magic did you weave to escape? And what did you escape with?
It was just pure luck, dumb luck that I got out. I got in, I made my way through. It was an arduous journey. Of
puzzles,
using my
traps.
fireballs to just blow through traps, and puzzles and everything. Just the exploding the whole way in. Stealth is not a strong suit of this devil, if you will. But yeah, made it all the way down to the lower levels and found a crystal skull on a little platform. But realized that I'm not here for that. I don't give a shit about that thing. It's just a gem. Who cares?
Glorified paperweight.
Yeah, exactly. What am I going to do? Put it on my desk? I don't have one. So I left it. But there was a scroll that had some very interesting notations on it about some very scary powers that are out there that he had heard about, and helping him find the locations of them. But when it came time to leave, because he just knocked the skull out of the way, because he was like, stupid shit, don't need that, the room started filling with water. And he was like, that's fine. I'll just teleport out of here. I've got 10 minutes. Didn't have 10 minutes. Also didn't have spell slots. So ran for his life and finally got out and had to find something on the way. And he found a cool steak knife as well. So realistically, he got out of there with a steak knife and some knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. I love that. I love that.
And no spell slots.
And no spell slots. Well, you have plenty of spell slots now as you stand in this sort of wide, well-trod path that winded its way to these two great slabs of black stone. The obsidian portal that kind of stands. I say portal as in sort of a doorway, not a magical portal. Each of these doors sort of 30 feet tall, 10 feet wide, and no less than 3 feet thick. This pile of lava, slag, jutting black rock that rises steeply, sort of 300 feet high at its summit, and beneath which is the sort of hallway you see in front of you. The floor here is polished obsidian, and you can make out great wall hangings that can be seen along the edges of the hall. The tapestries displayed between the torches are rendered in bloody colours, showing victorious fire giants. Now, I will ask one question to be generous before I stop being generous. Yama, did you make people tea before you came in?
I think I definitely made people tea because I have something that will help us prepare.
Good.
Mm.
I was
my
just
gosh.
looking at Cait's stuck face, but that's fine.
Yes.
It's just very
Hmm.
So
Do I look intelligent?
of course, always.
Thanks.
So what does your tea mechanic do? What is this Christmas gift that you got?
Yeah, so the tea allows me, I think it actually just aids in the rest. Yeah, so an additional 1d8 hit points at the end of the rest period if anybody spent any hit dice.
Okay. So it's not
Um,
temporary hit dice or anything like that going into
no, so maybe we'll just say it's just flavor tea.
Sure. Everyone gets that good flavor tea.
Mm.
And did you want to spend a little bit of time?
That was just because I didn't edit the thing. It was meant to be upon drinking 1d8 temporary.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
So, but it's more of a recovery thing than a shield on top.
Then a pre thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This might be like halfway through we recuperate, but
Yeah, it was meant to be like drink it first, go do what you're doing, but I didn't edit it properly.
That's all good. Well, we'll deal with it
maybe-
as written for now, as like it's a aid in more recovery during a short rest. But for now, the other thing, I guess, Yama, what does your ritual or your spell look like to summon this steed?
Yeah, so I think maybe it is part of his, like, maybe not like a tea ceremony, but maybe some movements and a kata that he's doing. So he's doing like a sword flow, and his steps as he moves around on the floor are creating kind of a pattern. And at the end of 10 minutes, there's a blinding radiant light that you guys already associate with Yama. And in that space, that very large space, comes this ferocious walk. It's very wolf-like in its face. It's quite white, like light fur, maybe a light grey. And yeah, huge haunches, small head and small rear, so it looks very like overgrown in areas and quite mismatched in its shape. Yeah, like that. Looks dope. But yeah, it's ferocious and snarling, and there's some like dribble going on, just like my dog. And yeah, Yama introduces you to this is Umami, his friend.
Yeah.
Please don't be scared.
Absolutely go up and pat him. 100%. Like, oh, he's a good little umami. Oh, he's a good little umami.
I think despite his ferocious appearance, he like, oh yeah.
Yeah. One of the tentacles finds the spot behind the ear, and it's just like
with the leg, yeah.
Brilliant. Cool. So you summon Umami. Are you mounted up, or are you kind of side by side at the moment? Like, what's the?
Yeah, he'll mount up. Maybe there's like a little bit of gauntlet around Umami's legs, but otherwise he's unarmored or anything like that. Yeah, he just looks very much more stealthy and dexterous compared to Yama, so he moves much easier.
Cool. Now, end of last session, you were able to kind of open up one of these big doors that required a big old athletics check from Yama. I will remind you as well. I've set up a command. If you type !inspiration, you'll see how many inspiration points you have ready to spend. Currently, you have 4 available, and we can add and subtract those, so they are being tracked as we go forward.
Hell yeah!
But the world is your mollusk. You have an entire corridor ahead of you ready to go. And what's your marching order? What's the plan? Who's going in? Drinking potions? Take it away.
I mean, surely there should be some sort of like stealth person goes ahead and...
That's always our plan, right?
Yeah. You're the
Yeah.
stealthiest, aren't you, Captain?
Off I go. Yeah, I'm keen to go.
Wait. Pauly. Before
Pauly
you
goes in stealth. 28.
So describe to me in not a game mechanic, but in a like. So instead of saying I just stealth, What are you doing?
literally-
Like, how are you hiding? How are you moving?
Is there a shadow? Is there a shadow like coming off the door?
Yeah, sure, because there is sun outside.
Yep.
There is shadow.
I'm gonna homer like, backtrack just into the shadow, and then yeah, that's it.
Sure thing. You move into the shadow of the sun, sort of the non-open door, and you have a clear look, and there's sort of tapestries creating elongated shadows from these torches, and you begin to move. So let me know where you want to go, where you want to stop.
I'm gonna write a note to Karu and go, I had to do it. It was funnier this way, and then just push it under the door, the other door that isn't open, and then go up, and I'm gonna fly up to the roof.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the other side, Karu is turning to Yama and Cillian, and specifically to Yama goes, "I sure hope Captain doesn't do that thing he did at the hag tree, where he started a fight.
He exploded
what?
half the house.
When he was 300 feet away from us, and we had to
there was a hag?
there were 3 actually, but one
And
of them.
course, the first hag we came across.
I'm not even thinking about that one. I'm thinking about the one he started a fight with, and we were nowhere near him. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And then I got knocked out, and
I think that was the second one.
yeah, that was the second one, and I got really big, and
Yeah.
there was a Jabberwock. Let's just hope Captain learns, doesn't he? He learns.
yeah,
Should someone go with him?
It's too late now. He's probably up on
Yeah.
the roof.
he moves pretty quick.
Yeah, he's quick and he
I
can
mean-
fly.
I could join him.
I mean, if you're proper stealthy, you're welcome to.
Yeah, just keep him from blowing stuff up.
Just yeah.
But I like blowing stuff up.
Okay, no, we can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
you stay.
How high is the
Four.
Dan?
I rolled dexterity, not stealth. It's a +1 anyway. That's a 4 to stealth. I'm like, I go to run after him and I trip over. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you clang into the big front metal door, and just there's a big old vibrating thunk. For Pauly, the passageways in the hall have vaulted ceilings 30 feet high, and chambers and rooms are 40 to 60 feet high.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'll
Um,
go up into the top of the ceiling, and just kind of actually they're vaulted. Are there ornaments and stuff on this ceiling?
It's more sort of carved into stone, so you can see that there's this sort of magma rock that it's just been sort of carved into.
That's cool.
And they've hung tapestries and there's torches and sconces and stuff, but there's not a lot of what's that stuff that they put in? That I'm thinking of the castle where he's see that? It's fake. The decorations that go under the top of the house, under the roof, or under the awnings.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name either. But
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, barding for houses.
I feel like there's a joke about it in World's End. But anyway.
Yeah.
Continue.
So Cillian, you rolled a dexterity check of 4. So was that you attempting to go in stealthily?
Yeah, that was me being I can do it too, but I stacked it.
Yeah. So
I'm
you
trying to,
kind of make it as
fade
far
into
as the
the
door
background.
and kind of stub your toe on the door, and it lets out a large kind of gong sound. Pauly, are you still just directly above the door, or have you pressed forward?
I probably would have pressed forward. Yes,
Okay. So if you want to put yourself where you think you would be.
around there. Ooh. Okay.
As you fly past one of these tapestries, you notice that there is an alcove behind it, and sitting behind it is a fire giant watching that door, and has clearly watched that door open, and then watched Cillian stumble into the door, attempting to make his way into the shadows.
We're not going any further than this.
And you see him grab a sort of what is a boulder to you and is more like a baseball to him, and is readying to throw a rock at Cillian.
From where I've bumped into the door, I can see through the gap in the tapestry, seeing him.
Sure.
Can I react to seeing him? Not attack, just be oh shit, and
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception versus his stealth, just to see if you do spot him in that sort of darkened alcove.
Okay.
Do you beat a 4?
14.
Then yes, you do spot him. So I guess we're going to roll initiative. And there is no surprise on Cillian.
Damn.
Wow, what is with my rolls today?
We can't talk to them. Well, I guess I can't talk to them anyway, can I? But
I mean, you can try if you think you can.
15.
Weirdly, you don't know Giant, but if anyone should know Giant, or part of Giant, it should be you.
I probably
right?
should know Giant, shouldn't I? Yeah.
It's just not business level giant.
Sorry.
It's Nautical Giant.
Not student level giant.
No.
Oh, sorry, I just know all the swear words in Giant. That's it.
Yeah. Honestly, it might help you here.
Mhm.
Oops. You got a 10, didn't you, Yama?
Yes.
Cool. Well, unsurprisingly, Pauly, you are first in the initiative, but it looks like this fire giant is readying a boulder. So, you can, from your hidden position, attack, though there is also the potential to talk. Just because I've rolled initiative, I just don't want people like, you know.
All jumping in.
Can I pick a bit of the rock off this magma rock, and then throw it at Cillian?
Interesting tactic.
Like you're sort of carving out a bit of pebble yourself to throw at Cillian.
Oh, yeah, or maybe actually just throwing a bit of pebble. Oh, he's got a 3 on the initiative. That's fucking useless.
I saw the giant.
He did see it. You see him looking up. He's seeing
Oh,
a
Cillian's
giant
seen the giant too.
readying to throw a boulder at him.
Right.
The giant has not seen you, though, because whilst he was watching the door, and he obviously saw the door open, he did not see you slip in.
Fuck. I actually don't know what to do now.
I think you should just hold and wait till the giant comes out and you can get your sneaky sneak damage.
I can still get the sneaky sneak now. Can I actually? Yeah, can I hold it? Can I hold my action?
You can. Just remember your Ring of First Strike requires the giant to have not
The
acted.
advantage part. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
I mean, it looks very clear that he's about to throw a boulder at Cillian.
Damn it, Cillian!
Basically.
All right, I'm gonna go attack the giant.
Sure. I mean, you can hold your action. I'm just letting you know that a boulder is about to fly out of that alcove.
No.
This guy is a throw boulders
really wanted
first,
really
ask
wanted to
questions later.
fucking talk about this shit. All right.
None of us speak giant though. How are we going to
Yeah.
talk?
Just yell
Yeah.
it.
Plus, you
Hope for
hate
the best.
giants. Hope for the best.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll attack with Talon's Wrath. 19 to hit.
You
Oh,
have
is it the
advantage,
fire
remember?
Oh, good point.
Cool.
28 to hit.
28 will hit.
Yes.
Okay. Boom. Ooh, another one. That's fine. 33 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I'll attack with... Fucking, I'll do everything on it. No, I'm going to sort of attack that, and then I'm going to fly back up into the rafters.
Sure.
Use my bonus action to do that.
All right.
Can I use my... Actually, no, my bonus action. Can I bonus action to stealth?
I believe you can bonus action to hide, yes.
Yes, I can, yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
Sweet, 29.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
you sort of swoop in, stab about at the giant's neck as he just... It's almost like a giant bat has attacked him. You know, he's kind of looked around, tried to swat at you as you fly back out again, then you're gone. And he kind of looks over and sees Cillian, and he's just going to throw his boulder that he had in hand. 22 to hit, Cillian. I'll say you have partial cover because of the the tapestry. It's going to slow down that ball a little bit, so you can give yourself 2 AC.
All right, that's 18.
Okay.
18, fucking useless.
So 22 still hits?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. As this boulder comes sailing out, remember it's sort of a bit large baseball or football size to this guy. Pretty much as big as you, half your size. This boulder, as it slams into you.
Do I get to make a dex save because I saw him doing it?
No, it's just a regular attack.
Damn.
So your ability to get out of the way is your armor class and is your dexterousness.
Yep.
34 bludgeoning damage, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna delete him.
I can take that. I'll take that. Oh no, I don't have any reactions. Sorry.
Why do you not have any reactions?
I haven't acted yet.
I think you still have a reaction on the first turn of combat.
Oh really? Oh, sorry. 2 is the Pathfinder where you don't have a reaction until you've acted. So I can take all of that damage.
Thank you.
No worries.
All right.
Just don't let it happen again.
And he sort of throws that boulder at you. Obviously, it kind of shatters over you. The rock goes pinging off down the corridor and outside. You feel some kind of protective, almost like a protective shell around you as Yama takes that hit, takes in your pain.
It's called Aura of the Guardian, so I almost feel like around Cillian there's this like radiant glow that's shaped like Yama. As he blocks it.
Sort of spiritual Yama coming in to cradle you and protect you. And the giant
baby boy that I am.
That's right. The giant, not knowing that you haven't been squished like a bug, is going to make his way out of the little alcove and start stepping towards you as he draws his greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that on his hip, sort of like on his belt, I guess you all kind of notice this, anyone who can see him now, there is a large horn on there that appears to be some kind of alarm horn. But it's Yama's turn.
Can I actually, can I target the horn? Is that something that I could do? Is there mechanics for that? Could I, cut it from his belt just so it falls to the floor or something?
Sure. I think that'd probably be, at disadvantage, though, just because it's probably, harder to hit than just trying to hit him, right? Because he'll still be dodging out of the way like a normal hit, but you're going for a much smaller target.
Well, all right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to move up in front of... Oh, sorry. It's a bit hard to move such a large creature, oh, for Pete's sake.
I can open this door if we want to.
That would be great. I'm just going to move the wall because I'm on the wall. Yep. So I'm going to put me in front of the fire giant, in front of Cillian, and as I'm moving towards the fire giant, I'm going to cast True Strike on myself, which is channeled through my sword. So you just see him wielding this katana that just starts to glow with a golden light. And I think maybe as a bonus action, I can't cast another spell, can I? Alright, I might end my turn.
You can, because that's a cantrip.
Oh, amazing. Then I'm going to cast... Isn't it concentration, though?
It is, so you can't do another concentration spell. But if you had, a healing word or something...
I took off healing word because I'm an idiot.
Or if you wanted to just slash at him.
I Can I hit if I... Because 2 strikes on my next turn, right?
Correct, because it's your whole action to use
It's
True
my
Strike.
whole action. Yeah, no, I'm good then. That's me done.
Cool. Does the warg get an attack?
The warg does get an attack. I don't really plan on using him like that, I guess.
You just don't want him to be a target?
Exactly. I don't want him to be a target. I just want him to be helpful for me to move around with my bung-ass knee.
Sure. Cool. Karu, you've seen Umami and Yama charge in. Cillian kind of getting... he hadn't fallen over. He had just been a little bit unbalanced, especially as a rock got thrown at him. And you see this big old fire giant bearing down on Cillian with a greatsword, but Yama has stepped in to intercept.
Yeah, I'm also going to do the same thing. As my bonus action, I'm going to transform. I can do that twice now in a short rest, which is fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, Hulk out. And then I had a similar idea to what Yama had about the horn. So the horn's still attached to he's still got
it's
it,
still
right?
on his belt. He's getting the sword out currently. He thinks he's capable enough to handle this situation. He doesn't need to call for help right now.
I'm not even gonna count my movement. Sorry, I have enough.
This
is like Renara.
Yeah.
This is like Renara, where it's like 55 feet. I don't need to count it. I'm gonna run up to him, and I am going to go for the horn again. I want to cut it off his belt, essentially. So I just need to add a whole bunch of stupid things because of this hybrid transformation. I'll use my cutlass to do it. Sorry. I think I have a +2 to hit now. No, I have a +2 to damage. Oh, that's cool. Was Lycan.
It's kind of like a barbarian rage in that way.
Yeah, kind of. So I'm gonna attack at his hip with the intention of cutting off that horn, hopefully. First attack.
It's with disadvantage.
26. Oh, sorry. Wham.
Dirty
20.
20 will cover it though.
Hey.
It was really bad.
Give me a damage roll as long as you're not rolling sort of minimum damage. No, you're just 1 off minimum damage.
Sorry. Does that? Oh no, it's done it right. Never mind.
So instead of attacking the giant itself, he sort of kind of gets the sword up to block your attack, but you weren't going for, center mass there. You fly past and swipe the horn and just cut it clean in two, and just the two halves of this sort of brass horn fall to the obsidian floor.
For my second strike, I would like to cut at his leg. My intention is, I'm thinking at Elden Ring, where you cut at the fire giant's foot long enough, eventually he falls over.
Yeah.
Is this at disadvantage or is this normal roll?
This is just normal now. You're kind of...
Watch me flub it.
15 is not enough, I'm afraid.
What did they just say? Yeah, cool. And so I think Karu does it, and he just goes, ching, and he just kind of looks up at the fire giant and does kind of like a, hi.
Yeah.
Hope you didn't like that horn that much. That's my turn.
Excellent. Cillian, you stand there. The rest of your team has kind of run in here. Obviously, Yama on his warg, and Karu kind of dancing about the fire giant's feet. You are in the entrance of this hallway with a very clear shot against this huge creature. What do you do?
Okay, so this is something that none of you have seen before. Cillian is going to take a step back 5 feet and crouch for a second, and then wings are going to come out, and he's going to fly straight up 25 feet.
Ooh.
because he has wings that he's had hidden for a while. And then he has to do something that doesn't make a giant explosion. Everything I have makes a giant explosion. Not really a giant. How big is that?
So you can see him on the stream there. I put a little picture. He's in the little corner there with his little one-winged angel.
Yeah, he's Sephiroth. Well, okay. Oh, just. We're gonna fly up, and I'm gonna target his head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a fire. God damn it. I'm gonna use fire against him. All of my other spells that aren't fire related will kill everyone else as well. Oh well, whatever. I'm gonna firebolt him in the face.
Sure.
24 to hit for 16 fire damage, and I'm assuming that's going to be halved.
24 hits, and you just see the fire kind of glance off him. He appears to be immune to fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Checked. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Why
checks
he's a
out.
fire giant?
I mean, I'm a fire demon, and I'm only resistant. Well, I'm just sort of like floating in the air, 25 feet, wings are flapping, and I'm just like, well, okay. Do I have a bonus action? I do not. I will just keep sitting here like in his. How tall are fire giants?
About 20 feet tall.
All right, so I'm just floating up just above his head, essentially, but like here.
Sure. Just sort of
And 25 feet up.
just outside the doors.
Yeah.
Someone else who's floating sort of 30 feet up, Pauly.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna keep stabbing. I'm not gonna use my pistol, because that would alert everyone else.
I mean, you can if you want. You've got a bonus action. What else are you going to use it for?
Just gonna try. To hide again.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab him in the neck. How tall is he?
About 20
25
feet
feet.
tall, yeah.
All right, sweet. So I'll go down 10. I'll go down 10 feet. And then stab him in the neck with talon.
Mm-hmm.
20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I should have said that. Fuck yeah. That's huge. I've got my D8 got 8, and then my D6 got 6. And just because I can, I'm going to re-roll one of those 2s. It's the exact same! 38 damage!
Alright. 38 damage there. He is not yet bloodied.
Shit! That was like a lot. I did like over 70 damage, just myself. Crap.
He's
Okay.
a giant.
Alright, there. Back to that.
No,
Then
he's a
goes
giant
stealth.
elf.
23.
23. We'll see if he sees.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm so sorry, guys.
He does not see you. It is the fire giant's turn. Whilst I guess Karu's kind of cut the horn. Yama hasn't hit this guy yet, so I think Karu is kind of like the most annoying thing. He turns back around, can't see where the bird has gone because the bird is stealth, is hidden again up in the rafters. So I think he's going to bring some pain down to you two. He does have 2 attacks, so let's spread the love around here. First attack on Karu. That is a.
I'll give you a sorry. I'm gonna give you a plus to your AC. It's a +4.
Is that a reaction?
It's a +4 reaction.
Okay, well, you can see as a reaction, like, Karu has not been hit. So.
Oh, okay. It is when they get hit.
Yeah. So the first swing comes down, you are able to kind of dance out of the way, out from under this giant. He maybe tries to kick at you with one of those feet, but you easily twirl out of the way, tentacles flailing. And then the fire giant's going to try and turn that movement into an attack upon Yama on the back of this warg with a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, miss.
All right.
Nice.
It is Yama and Umami's turn.
Awesome. Yama, his true strike now realized on his sword, so he's gonna swing and hit the giant with advantage.
Love to
Let's
see it.
go. Oh yeah, natty 15 for 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Let's do some bonus damaggio on here. I'll do a first level smite for an extra 2d8 damage.
Mhm.
So that is 19 points of damage. Second attack, does that also benefit from True Strike?
No, I think it's just the next
No,
attack.
just one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a natural 2 for 12.
12 will not cut it, I'm afraid, but the fire giant is bloodied from that first attack.
Would a... Well, let's try it. 12... No, I'm not going to try it. That's the end of my turn.
Mm-hmm. Karu, you and Yama avoiding any major hits from this fire giant as Yama just starts slicing up, sort of riding around the legs on the warg, slicing away at them. What do you do?
I feel like if Yama ever gets close enough, a little tentacle does a little fist bump against like the helmet. I'm like, hell yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at us. I'm going to bonus action cast, where is it? A Crimson Right on my weapon.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast cold damage.
Nice.
Feels relevant, so let me just... I take 3 necrotic damage from that. And then I'm going to try and hit him. Again. Stab. Oops. Let me actually... No. I do not. I stab again, hopefully. That hits, right?
Second attack, the dirty 20 does hit.
Sick.
Get in. Yes.
15 slashing damage, and then I need to change my macros because this has gone up to 1d8. 7 cold damage.
All right, so 15 slashing damage and 7 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem to think he's any more or less resistant to frost or cold damage. It seems to just do an appropriate level of chill on him. You can see it's perhaps chilled part of his calf, and there's sort of steam rising up of it, but he's definitely slower because of that too.
He's mostly just annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, Dan. He also takes an extra 4 points of damage thanks to us being level 11 now, and I have improved Divine Smite.
Ah, very good. Oh yeah, you now get like a half smite on every attack, right?
On every attack, yeah. It's awesome.
Cool. All right. This fire giant's not looking great. Still bloodied, but still somewhat standing. And you see him kind of turn to look up the corridor as with the horn at his feet, he has no way of calling for help. And you see he's kind of weighing his options currently on does he run or does he stand and fight? Because his attacks have not been very useful so far. He is slowed right now. Is that right, Karu? He's just got 10 feet less of movement speed?
Yeah, that's correct.
Sounds like it might be very important.
That hopefully helps, yeah.
So just to be clear, like back here off the map behind me,
You've
that
got
the
open
ocean?
sky. You've got... Sorry?
Is the ocean back there? Like reachable?
It's pretty far away, I think. It's like
Damn.
there's a winding path down the
I think
down
we
the
hiked up a
volcano
hill.
back
Yeah.
to the shore. How come? Well, it depends what you want to do.
I had a really wacky idea. I want to fly over to him. And I am going to attempt to polymorph him.
Okay.
I was going to turn him into a fish and throw him into the water.
Sure.
But since it's not that close, could turn him into a seagull and just release him. And he'll fly away. Wait. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Or can I?
Is that a really high level spell? Because it sounds like we have this guy on the ropes.
No, it's like a 4th level spell. Polymorph.
Only polymorph for like a minute though, right? So like
An hour.
for an hour. Okay. But he could like come back.
Yeah, but if I turn him into a seagull and he flies away, he's gone for an hour. And if he flies over the ocean and then it breaks polymorph, I stop concentrating, he just plummets into the ocean.
Will he fly away though? Or will he
I don't
still
know.
have fire giant
feel like
loyalty?
I feel like I've talked about it too much now, and Dan's going to have him fly inside instead of out. So I'm not going to do that.
Does anyone have any tips?
I'm going to fly over to him. It's, 20 feet from where I am? Yep. All right. So, I can't disengage if I do that. I'm not going to do that. I am just going to... Oh, that's very loud. I don't want to do that one. I am going to... Why is everything fire related? Like, can't use...
You had to make a tiefling.
No, I have a bunch of spells that aren't fire related, but they all do AoE and they will delete everything. So I can't use them.
Well, I'm just hearing excuses. I'm not hearing results. What are you gonna do, Cillian?
I am going to 4th level Ice Storm him.
Okay.
Just off the back of him though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Ice Storm.
How big is Ice Storm?
Sorry, guys.
It is a 20-foot cylinder. So, God, that is huge. All right, I'm not going to do that.
That's huge. Diameter or radius?
Radius. Wait, where is it? Ice Storm. 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder. Yeah, 20 foot. God damn. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I'd still wipe out everybody.
Save that for when we have like 3 fire giants.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, Cillian's gonna yell out, I have an idea. Dress me up as the fire giant. You'll know what I mean later. And he's gonna smack himself in the chest and polymorph himself into a... Oh, man. Yeah, all right, into a giant ape.
Okay.
That's the plan. Turning into a giant ape.
Now remind me, what of your stats changes when you use polymorph?
It turns you completely into it.
Okay.
So intelligence, everything.
Does your intelligence drop
everything.
then? Yeah, cool.
Giant gorilla.
Yeah, I just turned into King Kong.
Here we go. I have a thing for this. While I'm figuring that out, Pauly, it will be your turn.
Oh, sorry, I apologize for that, guys.
That's right.
Oh, good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the exact same thing as I did last time. Why did it? There we go.
Yeah, get him.
I
Don't
can't
let him
move.
run away.
Ah, it's not my turn. That's why.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Fucking
Monkey.
monkey.
Monkey. All right.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have control over the monkey.
It's
going
just
to-
not your turn anymore. That's why.
I'm going to.
Yeah, but I have
shit.
0 vision as well.
Ah, right. I'll fix that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab him in the neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does a 27 hit?
27 does hit.
Hell yeah.
Every time.
Reroll one of them. Boop. 3 more damage. 38 damage.
38 damage. Oops.
And then I'm gonna hide again. I'm really hoping for, like, when the next one comes out, I'm not there. They don't see me. Oh, 32. Huge.
Yeah. So every time you sort of swoop in to attack this guy, his attention is clearly on what's ahead of him here. He actually did a very good perception check too, and it's not good enough. He sees Cillian, who he tried to crush with a rock, just turn into a giant ape and kind of hoot at him. He looks down at all of what's going on down here, and then just sort of this almost like a mosquito in the back of his neck, slicing bits of him up. He doesn't seem to have the strength to run. Karu, you've been sort of nipping at his ankles, so he's going to try and go down swinging with some attacks here. One on Karu. Are you serious? Another natural one.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't actually want to hit Fish Boy. He loves Fish Boy.
He loves Fish Boys. And hard yikes. Can I get some inspirations? Because all of my attacks are just floundering currently. As we move to I think at that he's probably going to he's swinging, he's slowed, he sees the giant ape. He is going to actually try and turn to run. So Yama and Karu are going to get attacks
I
of
should
opportunity.
be here, by the way. I moved 20 feet towards him before.
Okay. How do you not step on the warg?
Yeah,
I landed next to
I'm that
them.
big.
I was above them, next to them.
There's not quite enough room for both of you there to be abreast, because you'd be on top of the warg as well.
Okay. I'll be
whilst you can move through allies, I don't think you can kind of stop on them.
I would have moved up as close as possible without landing on them, essentially.
Sure.
So maybe 5 feet forward, within 10 feet of him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll allow that. It's a bit squishy in here, but it's doable. The giant, normally with 30 feet of movement, I believe loses 10 feet thanks to Karu's nonsense. And so he's going to trigger attacks of opportunity as he attempts to run, seeing his attacks completely miss.
Oh, 27 to hit.
12.
27 does hit. Thank you, Josh, for that DM inspiration.
No,
And
Josh.
27 to hit from the giant monkey for 27 bludgeoning.
Oh, yeah. So, Katana of the Way plus the giant fist. Karu, you go to slice at his ankles, and just, perhaps because the ground is shaking as he's just sort of stepping over you, miss
or
that opportunity.
maybe the Fish Boy doesn't want to hurt the fire giant. Maybe there's an unspoken love story developing here.
That's right. Whereas Yama, you're able to sort of somewhat ride alongside as you cut at the back of the leg, at sort of the behind the knee, whilst you see above you a giant monkey fist come forward and just crack this guy in the back of the skull, and he crashes to the ground here, slides, and he probably just makes eye contact with Karu briefly, reaches an arm out, and dies.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
A little tentacle also starts to reach out and then pulls back.
Yeah.
Karu's like, wow, we got him. Amazing.
The shortest lived love story.
There's more fire giants, he's sure of it.
Cool. Can we suss this little alcove in here?
Do you think we should move him?
Do you think we can drag him?
We got a giant ape. Points at Cillian.
True.
Surely Cillian ape.
Just
can help.
scratching my ass and scratching my head at the same time.
Cillian ape, can you pull him into this room? Come on.
Ape kind of just ape strong. Ape walk over, grab by foot, starts dragging outside.
I said
looks
this well,
back-
whatever.
Looks back inquisitively.
Karu's
no
pointing at the
objections,
room. Karu's pointing
He's just
at the
gonna
room.
throw the corpse off the cliff.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty effective.
So this guy is technically bigger than you. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics is strength because I don't have a. That means I just get a plus.
If
6
you open your,
to my athletic.
if you double click your token, it should show you the Cillian giant
Whoa.
stats.
Okay, athletic. Oof. Okay. Roll.
26. Very good. Yeah, I think there's a loud clang outside though, as like part of the giant's armor clips a stone and a tree as he goes pinwheeling, and then you hear it kind of sliding down the rest of the volcano towards the shore. You hear sort of that scrape of armor on stone, and then it's blessedly quiet, almost too quiet. Any animals that were here are now silenced.
Ape walks back with a big smile.
Good job.
And then picks up the sword. Because his sword's still on the ground and puts it in the alcove.
Yep.
Is there any cool shit in the alcove? Is it really, really tiny?
I mean, it's very small for the giant itself. But it's essentially just an alcove kind of behind a tapestry. There are sort of 4 rocks there, almost like in a it's not in a box, but they're kind of just on the floor there. This is obviously his good throwing rocks. This is just a little guard post.
Ooh. Just for moving forward's sake, Ape grabs some rock. He has
Cool.
a rock attack, but
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
going
of
to say he
course.
picked up some.
Sure.
I'm gonna drink a potion.
We should keep moving, but maybe, Pauly, you could just do the stealth thing again. Promise Cillian will not follow you.
Rose rocket Karu that says yes on it.
Cillian can't follow anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, could.
These are there those more curtains up there.
Yeah. So there's more curtains that will sort of big tapestries that are hanging.
Right.
And so you can definitely kind of duck behind them as part of your sneaking.
Great.
And this hallway is relatively well lit. It reveals itself to further hallways that aren't as well lit.
Oh, I see some people up ahead.
And yeah, you can see through all the pillars. And we've got to remember this is sort of 200 feet away. So this is quite a ways away. What appears to be, you can catch glimpses of a number of giants in a room far beyond.
I might try and make my way up there, like as much as I can up by the roof.
Mhm.
Maybe like jumping between these pillars.
What was your stealth check? Did you make
32.
one? 32. Okay, well, let's see if these guys... all these guys have advantage on perception because they have 2 heads. It's not going to be enough, though.
That was a big boy roll. For what we're doing right now, I'm pretty happy about it.
As you pass that tapestry, Pauly, you see, or maybe even just feel, that there is a corridor behind it.
I might go down there just to have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Are those doors there? They are. Ooh, there's a lot of doors. What do the doors look like?
Again, sort of these doors like the entrance to this place, 30 feet, or at least 20 feet tall, 30 feet in this case, I think. They look thick. The ones you opened at the front were kind of 3 feet thick and 10 feet wide. So I'll tell you now, normal human strength does not look like they can budge these doors.
Okay, cool. Well, looks like I'll need pals to open these bad boys up.
Yeah. Mechanically, it essentially says you need at least 2 people working together, and one of them needs to roll a high athletics check to get that bad boy open.
Or ape.
Or ape. Ape is right size.
Ape is right size, perfect. Okay, Pauly is not, because he has tiny, flimsy, frail-boned arms.
Small wrists.
Yeah. Limp wrists. Okay, I'm gonna go up to there. Whee!
You see a couple of figures as you make your way closer. There is clearly some kind of leader with 2 hellhounds at his feet, sitting on a throne. Either side of his kind of throne here are a couple of guards, and I'll show you what he looks like first.
Hell yeah.
Mommy. Ooh.
The throne room
sick.
of King Snur, the fire giant, is an imposing sight. The floor is made of polished obsidian, reflecting a dark and eerie sheen. Along the edges of the hall, great wall hangings, depicting similar tapestries to you've already seen. The room is illuminated by torches, casting flickering shadows across the space. At the center of the throne room, King Snur sits on the black seat of the throne. Towering over 19 feet tall, he possesses a muscular and intimidating physique. His appearance is extraordinarily ugly, with a broad body, bandy legs, and tusk-like protruding teeth. His side whiskers and beard are bright orange and full. He is clad in black iron plate armor, exuding an aura of power and dominance. In his hand, he wields a massive greatsword that seems to ignite with flames occasionally.
That's sick.
Adorning
Is it Yama sized? Like this, the greatsword, is it like even bigger than that?
Well, I mean, the sword is as big as Yama, I guess, if that's what you mean. Like,
Oh my
this is a
god, so that's
giant.
perfect size for Yama then.
That would be sick.
Adorning
It's like a
his
guts.
neck is a necklace made of coral skulls, and his broad girdle is set with small gems. Draped around his shoulders is a cape made of white dragon hide, signifying his status and authority. The throne room exudes an atmosphere of awe and fear with a mixture of grandeur and danger. The room is a testament to the might and tyranny of King Snur, the fire giant captain. Either side of him, you see a couple of different guys. One of them has no swords. He has 2 shields.
Jesus,
Oh, that's so sick.
that's hot.
That is hot.
I'm sorry.
And the
Does
other
look kinda
one
warm.
has no sword, but has sort of glowing tattoos up and down their forearms, and is not wearing a shirt.
Hotter.
Naturally.
Karu's having trouble. He's not even in the room yet. He's having trouble. He's just like, oh, why am I flushed?
Having some feelings.
Fuck, this is gonna be
So
hard. Is there? If I look at like the ceiling above them,
Sure.
is there any like
Chandeliers.
stalactites? Yeah, chandeliers, stalactites, that kind of thing.
Give me a perception check.
Pauly, you should come back and get your crew.
Oh no, I'm just thinking. Just thinking.
Okay.
Planning things. Don't worry. 18.
You have a
That should
look.
be higher than that, actually. No, that should be higher than that because of my reliable talent.
Oh yeah, sure. Because you have a +8, so.
Oh no, it is 18. It's 18. No, that is correct. That's correct.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it said minimum 10. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's clever. All right, so you have a look around. There's nothing. There's no sword of Damocles. There's no
Not hoping for.
Gordian knot. There's no stalactites above.
Just take
him.
out one of them. You know what I mean?
In fact, they're kind of watching, and I'm gonna see if they can make some perception checks here as they look for you. But I'm not sure if any of them will be good enough. Perception check. Yours was in the 30s, wasn't it?
Yeah, 32.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the dogs at his feet, these kind of hellhounds, sniff about a bit, and like you see one of them kind of perks up, but then kind of puts its head back down. Like it maybe caught like the briefest whiff of you, but then the smell goes away. You notice that, the great sword he has kind of like at his side, sort of almost like leaning on the throne, where he can kind of move his hand only slightly to grab it. It sort of lights up occasionally, flames lick up it. Whilst you see no active dangers for the king here, the king of these fire giants, you do notice runes inscribed onto the floor that hum with some kind of magic.
Okay.
You also notice
they're between those pillars, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
You also notice that perhaps because your attention is more attracted to these kind of things, his crown is set with rubies, 6 rubies that are worth 500 gold each, 6 diamonds worth 500 gold each, and a jacinth worth 1,000 gold. His necklace, which is made of that like coral skulls, probably worth 1,000 gold. And his girdle is decorated with 66 garnets worth 10 gold each.
This guy's getting murdered. So hard. Just a quick question for you.
There's gems in the throne itself, if you remember the picture.
I did see
gems
the
in the
yes.
throne.
I did look at those.
12 pieces of sard worth 100 gold each. 12 fire opals worth 250 gold each. And 12 rubies worth 500 gold each.
Pauly is now horny?
It's a massive erection.
Just a gigantic, throbbing birdcock. It's basically all the Rule 34 you can think of.
The cloaca is throbbing. You should probably get that checked.
The cloaca isn't throbbing. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's been tightened. I'll tell you that. Pauly's been doing his Kegels. Thank you.
Very good.
The diamonds he keeps stuff up there might become
how
dust.
is that like a loose crown? Is his crown loose?
Loose. I don't think it's like loose. No, I don't think it's loose. I mean, it'd be very hard to have a loose crown on a giant head for sure.
Karu suddenly has a stomach ache and he doesn't know why.
Okay, all right, fine. Well, he has to get murdered. I'm going to jump from this pillar to that pillar to the wall again from the roof, and then I'll leave it alone. At least I know what's down there.
You can do what you want. I'm just saying.
No. I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there without you guys. No way.
It's like in anime where they talk about a character and then they cut to that character suddenly sneezing.
Yeah.
I actually think we should go into that prison room beforehand. Anyway, okay, I'll come back to you guys in a second. I'm just gonna do one last little check of this room here. What's down here? Just another hallway?
Another hallway. You see what appears to be another kind of giant kin creature. If you go to pass him, sorry, I just had to move him. He's there. I mean, he certainly has a chance to look up at you, because you'll have to pass over a kind of a well-lit area. I would say he'd roll with advantage on his perception check.
What was that again? Sorry, was it last part? Perception check?
If you want to get past him, I'd say he'd roll with advantage because either you're moving close to him, even though above him, or because you're going over a well-lit area. Or I might even get you to make another stealth check, but with disadvantage.
Then I'm not going to do that. If it was that, I'd be like, I believe in my 32.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will go back to the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, one sec. There, and then there. And I'll just flutter down and break stuff. I'll land on the gorilla's shoulder.
As you fly back, you maybe like hear this muttering coming from Yama. And if you listen closely, if anybody does, you can hear him muttering to his armor, like to himself almost. And he's recounting this insane, heroic battle versus fire giants. And you guys would know that he's actually he's never fought fire giants. So he's going to roll a deception check against his armor. So this is a function that I've totally forgotten about, that my armor has, that if I tell my armor a tale about having fought this creature previously, I can get a +1 bonus to my AC from the armor against that creature.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so sick. It was from the guy in the Feyrealm who made my armor gold, but he also trimmed it with all these cool battle scenes and stuff. So basically, I have to make a DC 15 deception check. I'm going to use my crown to give myself a +5 to this roll.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, natty 16. Got it.
Excellent. So yeah, you're able to
Nice.
lie to your armor, and it starts sort of engraving or filigreeing itself with pictures depicting. You're kind of like Maui, with all the tattoos of his
Exactly.
excellent exploits. You see appearing in the gold. Hard to see because it's still so quite bright and reflective, but there's this sort of intricate detailing of Yama fighting off a bunch of giants with his samurai sword. So you'll have a +1 armor class versus giants. Specifically
Okay.
fire giants, yeah.
Fire giants, yeah. Dope.
Cool.
That's all the prep I need.
And I think if you failed that, it wipes it, doesn't it, or something?
I get 3 chances to fail, and then I think basically the armor abandons me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's not done lightly, I guess, which is
yeah.
which is lovely.
Hence the buff.
So Cillian, in your giant ape form, that sort of reduced intelligence, but still you, Pauly comes over and kind of lands on your shoulder. Pauly, do you give some kind of instruction? What do you tell the team in terms of what you saw?
I will absolutely mention pretty much everything that I saw, which is great because you guys heard all that. I'll mention everything I saw, and I think we should try for that curtain. Be sneaky and then press ourselves up against. Oh, we got a fucking gorilla. All right, Yama.
A
Maybe,
gorilla and a clanky one.
Karu and I should go there and try open some of those doors because maybe there's some prisoners in there and they can probably help us.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the clanky boy and the ooky boy, you guys hang back for a little bit. Just hang just over here, and just stay really, really quiet and still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cillian, do you put a tapestry over your head, but you're still completely visible?
Yeah, it's I've ripped the tapestry off the wall. I'm just holding it, covering nipples,
Yes.
All right.
Well,
trying to wrap it around me as a
Like a toga.
ogre or something.
Let's go stealth.
I'll do my best.
So you both attempt to move quietly. Give me new stealth checks.
24.
Oh,
God. We all
Sat on that 2 for a little
Yeah.
bit.
We're like
Too long
we're like
for my
the
heart.
what's it called? That song, two hearts they beat as one.
I love that. I was more thinking of old towny fucking Broadway musicals where it's through the thing.
Love it.
Right.
I'm just rolling to see how stealthy I am in my toga.
yeah. You're 14 levels of
Better than
hidden.
Cillian.
I will lead the
Oh
way.
no, Yama.
Oh.
Well, sounds about right.
Lucky we didn't go in.
Press keep pressed up against the wall.
Yeah. I imagine as we rounded the corner, we heard a dong, and we're like, Yama.
F to pay
Hey.
respects.
Just be careful, actually, when you come in here.
Mhm.
And then come around here because I saw those runes. Those runes are there, and they're the same runes. I actually would have told them about the runes too, just to
Yep.
preface that. So careful of the runes. Skirt that rune. Do not stand on that rune.
Yep, it's probably a trap.
We should have brought the
Left
magic guy.
The magic guy's an ape.
Ook.
I mean, it's kind of fun. I was trying to teach him how to sit.
Did he just put his
and
like
as
his
you've like
his
gone
nose
around
in
the
his
corner,
mouth?
no, as you go around the corner, you hear like a poof of him like sitting down. Just wouldn't do it while you were there.
Yeah, well, I imagine while Yama was talking to his armor, Karu was teaching Umami and attempting to teach Cillian sit and to like roll over. And Umami maybe did it, but Cillian did not do.
At this
Cillian.
point, Cillian's going to stand back up and just go and grab the sword.
Also, sorry, I just realised that Josh gave DM Daddy inspiration. You son of a bitch. He doesn't need it, okay?
He has. I haven't had a chance to attack anything yet.
What we're about to fight, okay? Don't do that.
Let's see what's behind this first door.
So give me an
let's see
athletics
what's
check
behind door
to-
number
to
8.
attempt to
What?
open it. Who's going to be making the athletics check?
Which
I'm pretty. I got +7.
yeah, you do it.
Do you guys have any WD-40 in your pocket just in case?
Yeah. No. Okay. I was gonna say. Wait a minute.
Then it gets stuck on the ground a bit. You hear
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm still in my lichen form, like that hasn't dropped yet. So maybe I like brush the hinges with like.
Oh,
Totally
that's
have
slime.
oil. I have
Oh,
oil.
yes.
I have a flask of oil. Okay, that's basically WD-40.
I've got
So does
Ica. Just
Karu.
yeah.
Didn't we
Naturally-
steal an oil
Karu's got
pourer
nature's
at one
oil.
point as well?
I've got nature's oil. Yeah. We steal a what? Sorry.
We stole an oil pourer at some point as well.
I've got a
it
flask.
May have been
sentient?
sentient. Yeah.
I've totally got a flask of oil though. Just saying. It's
Okay.
fine. We'll open the door. Athletics check. You said.
Yes.
Oh, I have advantage on strength
Is it
checks.
is it advantage or no? Just normal, straight.
Just straight. Even the help from Karu is purely just to get
Dirty 20.
it. You both pull at it. It is not enough.
Fuck.
Next one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just go. Let me try this one this time.
Okay.
Let me lead. Because I'm in lichen, I have advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
So let's see if these actually come through.
Ooh, yeah, 22.
You get it a little bit open with a 22.
Wow.
Maybe this isn't what we do.
You think
Captain.
like you can probably squeeze in here if you want.
Could
Can I-
we?
Though it's
like-
Yeah.
it's a bit slow going to get through it. Like it's one at a time, right? Like it's not fully.
Alright, do you want to go
open.
first, or should I go first?
I'm just gonna like duck my head in. I think first to see what the deal is. Okay, I can't see anything.
Next one.
All right, I go in. Oh wait, there's a big thing. Oh.
No.
Should we have not split the party?
The walls
Oh, there's a
of
big
this
thing.
hall are covered with hide rugs and hangings and things like that. Inside the entryway, you
Well, these are just
you kind of
actual
went through like a
normal
darkened
shit.
kind of corridor, that obviously had these big doors. In the room you've just entered, the walls in the chamber north of the quarters are covered with rich rugs and tapestries. The place is well lit by torches and a large brazier. And it's quite hot. You can feel sort of like heat radiating in this room. In
Mhm.
fact, there's probably more light in here, in fact.
How rich are these tapestries looking? Like,
The rugs and tapestries, like, whilst they were probably once rich, the fact that giants have been like using them as floor coverings, like they've got those huge marks in them, right? Like the marks in them. What does look good though, depending on your taste, is a lady giant.
fuck.
Looking
We're
at-
gonna kill the queen. We're gonna kill the queen.
Oh,
in resplendent
Ooh.
sort of like
Actually, we're still stealth though, aren't we? Yeah, we are.
clothes. You can see her face because she is looking into a giant mirror. And if anything, she's uglier than the king. She's topped by a huge mass of yellow-orange hair that looks like a fright wig. The queen's face is a mass of jowls and wrinkles set in the middle of a very large head that seems to grow directly out of her shoulders without the benefit of any neck. Her body is lumpy and gross, her skin covered in bristles, the color of her hair. Little pig eyes, however, are bright, suggesting intelligence, unusual in a giant. Her chamber contains a giant-sized bed covered with furs, a table and 2 chairs, a stool, a dressing table, and a huge mirror that she is looking into currently. And also here are an ebony and mother of pearl wardrobe, an iron strongbox, a chest of 12 drawers, 4 small coffers of copper on the table. The coffer is made of copper, not full of copper, if that makes sense. And there are 2 bronze caskets in here as well. The queen is wearing garments of black dragon hide set with iron studs, and she's wielding an iron scepter that kind of looks like a giant maul. Yeah.
Karu immediately grabs like Pauly and just like slumps them back out. Like
Pauly is like definitely going like looking at that lockbox like this as he's getting pulled out.
I'm just out, and then as we get out the door, Karu goes, "Wait, I thought you said these were prisons."
Yeah, I didn't really look that good.
Yeah, did you not think that maybe the fact that we could just open the door was enough of an indicator, like that it wasn't locked?
I mean, it was a really big door.
Yeah, for us.
It could have been a really good prisoner.
But everything's going to be big here for us. We're babies. We're babies in a fire giant land. I don't think we should fight it.
By itself. We could sneak up on it.
I think the only thing we should do is try to convince her to help us. Like
she looked like the queen.
What if she wants a matriarch? And we just convince her that we'll down with the patriarchy. That's actually a
fucking great idea.
Like,
fuck the patriarchy. All about that.
Yeah, down with the patriarchy, help her ascend the throne, and then kill her.
I'm for that.
But I also don't. I'm not really sold on my own.
Don't speak
giant. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm not really sold on my own idea. So I think we either go away and spend a few years learning giant, come back and try this, or maybe we just leave her alone.
Look, I've never been a fan of studying. I leave that to Cillian on purpose because that's boring and stupid, and I can stab my things anyway. So, how about this? We could do the old tried tested. You could go try talk to them. If they don't speak common, then I stab them.
I don't. I think we could take her on, just you and me. I'm also kind of scared of that big ass weapon she's got. What if we just close the door and just walk away?
Did you see the lockbox?
I reckon. You told us extensively about that crown that guy had on his head.
Imagine if she comes in to help them when we're fighting them for that crown, because we're taking the crown.
Well, what if she doesn't? What if she doesn't hear anything because these doors are so solid?
I'm just saying, we could try talk to them, see how we go. If not, we murder the queen.
I just don't think everything needs to be murder. And I don't.
I know. Yama told me that I shouldn't kill them straight away. Talking to them first is a good idea. So you talk to them, and if they don't speak common and you can't come to a way to discuss that, then I stab him in the neck.
I'm gonna get squished. Which, I'll stab him really quickly. To be fair, being squished to death by a big lady is one of my top 3 ways to go. However, I don't want to go just yet.
I'm not here to king shame you. Karu, never ever. But I mean,
I know. That's why I tell you.
We can if you and I can't take on 1 giant, we have no chance at taking on 3 with the 4 of us.
I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we need to test that. I don't have a good thing to say to her except would you like to kill the king so that you can rule?
That's
But if
perfect.
she's the
Perfect.
if she's
That's perfect. That's the perfect thing.
but if she's the
By the way,
queen,
Pauly's like, that's perfect. He's like whisper shouting. Like,
yeah.
Whisper
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I imagine we're getting a little like we're not whispering anymore. We're like whisper shouting. Do you think maybe we should run this by the like senior tactician of our group? You know, Yama.
Okay,
Like-
you wait here. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Whee! All right, so Pauly's gonna fly over and then come back and then try talk to Yama and then explain the sitch.
Well, let's have a little bit of a Yama and Cillian. What are you up to as you're kind of waiting around? You know, scritching the dog, obviously good pats, I assume. You know, while Karu and Pauly are off sneaking around, which does take some time. Certainly not the full hour or anything like that, but they've maybe been gone like 10 minutes. What is it that you two have been doing?
I like to think that Cillian was reminiscing back to a few moments ago where Yama was like holding his sword and Cillian's like trying to hold the giant's sword up, just like, like
Well,
doesn't understand it at all, but just trying to look cool with his fucking toga on.
You are
Big
definitely
ass sword.
strong enough to wield it. You just won't have proficiency.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, then Yama is totally maybe showing you some like dances that would be good for your like size. You know, he's used to teaching, so he's probably showing you this like overhead strike with the sword, which would like use a lot of your strength and yeah.
It's like, this is like thinking to himself, this is cool, but it's just doesn't know how to speak.
There's probably like as Pauly is flying back over here, we've moved maybe like a little bit further from the mouth of the hallway, and there's like a little bit too much like clanking and grunting as you come back, and you're probably like, what the fuck are you doing as you fly in?
Yeah, like Cillian like spins around with the sword at the ready, just like he's a natural. Just like, "Ugh," and then looks at the sword, and then like kind of looks inward, really surprised. Like, wait.
Josh, if you're still there in chat, could you roll a d20 for me, please? Or our new follower banana ad. I thought it was Banana Dad, and I got more excited. I was like, oh, my dad has returned with bananas.
Little banana dad.
I am a banana.
If you can give us an exclamation mark d20, Josh, if you're still there. If not, I'll do it myself. I just want to see the likelihood of a patrol coming past.
Oh fuck.
Right. The hallway as we're just douching around.
I'm so stressed.
You guys keep going. I mean, they must be delayed.
We should
If Josh
we
is
should definitely
AFK, they
hide
must be
the-
delayed.
We should okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we should definitely hide you. Actually, you know what? This is a really dumb idea. Leaving you guys in the hallway. Come over here with me, and I'm gonna fly into the alcove for the giant.
Sure.
Hopefully that they're coming with me.
Are you... I thought you were coming back to come get them, but are you
I mean, to
telling-
talk, no, to talk to them in here and then
Okay.
go back.
Just so that
Sure.
we're out of the way.
Just where that way we're hidden in case of Josh coming back to roll for the D20.
Yeah, for the patrol. Love it.
Okay, I'm definitely sitting on the gorilla's shoulder again because that's funny.
Mhm.
Okay, so we found the queen,
I know
and
she's the queen.
she looked queeny,
Okay.
We don't actually know. I love
but she
this.
looked like the queen. So we wanted to ask you the question, Yama, whether we should try and get her to help us overthrow the king, and if she doesn't do it, should we murder them?
Well, what makes you think that she hates the king?
We don't know, but we can still murder her. But we're coming to you because you're smarter than us both combined.
Where is she in relation to the king?
Far enough away that we could murder her with ease before she gets there.
Could we also get there, or do we have to sneak past the king?
You would have to sneak past the king.
So it's probably not possible for us to get there.
We can try, but the problem is we have Big Ook.
Big Ook, and Yama looks to you.
At Big Ook, he just knocks Pauly off his shoulder.
Pauly continues the conversation upside down with his head growing a big lump.
So like a anime, like slow.
Yeah.
Keyword was brush, not pushes or hits him off, because a hit would fucking hurt.
What? Well, but would the king hear us in the room? Like, if the battle broke out in the room, would the king hear?
The king didn't hear us murder his giant guard. And it's
down the
equal
hallway, yeah.
equal distance, really.
Yeah, and there's no other way into this room, right? This is the only
Not that I could
entrance through
see,
here.
no. I mean, do you want to try to be sneaky?
No, I literally, like, even just then when I was joking, rolled a 1 on my stealth. So, mechanics, I have disadvantage.
Okay.
I mean, Big Ook just rolled a 16, and Big Ook could also carry Yama and Warg.
I can just imagine it too. It's like, you know,
In the toga. No, he just like tucks him into the toga, and then he's like doing stealth rolls.
Yeah.
Linacell gorilla. I mean, if I could get high enough up, I could just go along the rafters. He's a gorilla.
There's not rafters. There's not like a roof.
No,
or
there's
anything.
not.
It's just shaped
But-
stone.
So it doesn't. Okay, so there's
It's more like a
no
tapered
supports
kind
across
of-
it or anything.
No, there's no supports or anything.
Yeah.
This has obviously been shaped by some kind of magic. It's almost more like a mine than a.
This isn't a mine; it's a tomb.
It's going to be easy. I mean, like, this part's going to be, like, this murdering thing will be the easiest thing we do. And I do believe we can do it, but the 3 is going to be very, very, very hard.
And that's
Big
the reason
Ook
why you
can-
want to talk to her first, right? To
Yes!
try and get her on side.
Yes!
I'm feeling very charismatic at the moment.
You are always charismatic. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that
Thank
smile.
you.
Them
Thank you.
dimples. They could make any queen kill their king.
He winks. I think Yama is going to turn to Big Ook and cast his Helm of Telepathy to maybe catch some surface thoughts. I know your intelligence is hampered, but is there a way, Cillian, for you to get us into that room past the king? Can you cast like Pass Without a Trace, or can you
I can't cast
teleport
shit.
us?
Yeah, he's an ape.
Yeah, but if you weren't a monkey, that's
But
why
he's
I'm
a
casting
monkey.
Detect Thoughts.
He
Yeah, but I could just slap him and he would not be a monkey anymore.
Nah,
You need to be slapped a lot.
It'll be a while.
It would just be you and I, like, I'm sorry.
Slap,
It'll be
slap.
taking a while. You have to stab him to death over the course of an hour. Although, how much time has passed, Dan?
It's probably been like 15, 20 minutes by now.
Oh god, got 40 minutes left. As Big Ook. I mean,
Checks his watch. She's like,
Big Ook hears, "Can you get
Rolls
us
up his
into the
sleeve.
room?" And he looks at Pauly and like sort of tries to navigate where Pauly went up the hallway, like just using that
You wanna go ahead then?
his natural instinct of being an ape.
oh,
And a
and before,
predatory
and you've got
animal.
to be careful. There's a rune on the floor. I don't know how magic works, and Big Ook's probably too dumb to help us out with magic right now.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
So you
got
got
to
to step
about
around
that.
it.
Big Ook walks outside and like points at this wall that's in front of him, and then looks at Pauly.
Yes. Yeah, here. But I mean, like, you have to punch through the wall. I don't know if we can do that. That's gonna alert the guards.
Big Ook slowly goes to wind up a big kick and looks at Pauly and puts his foot down and just looks very sad. He's like, but well, that's all he's got. That's all I got.
And the problem is, this is just Pauly says it. It's like, if we go any further, you're gonna be seen. I guarantee it.
Yeah, alright. Well, then I don't think there's any way that Big Ook and I can get there, do you guys think you can do it alone? Either convince her to fight with us or
Yes.
kill her if she turns?
Yes.
Admittedly, knowing what you know of how Cillian turns into things, you could end this polymorph if you chose to.
How?
I know, that's why I said I would slap
Wail
him.
on him.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Let's wail on him. All right, back in the cupboard. Back in the
Yeah.
wailing cupboard.
I literally said we were just fucking...
Time to get flogged.
Well, you can choose to fail a concentration check as Cillian.
Yeah, but I need to get hit for that first.
Oh, sure. But yeah, it won't.
Right,
I don't think it
I
carries
punch him
over.
once.
Yeah. Yama gives you a bit of a slap, bit of a punch.
Fails
Can we just-
concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
1 point of damage.
And you convert back into God's favorite tiefling.
Ooh, he's nice and sexy and small again.
All right. Well. So what's going on?
We're going to be really sneaky and try and convince the queen to help us.
Yeah,
Or
can you
murder
get us
them.
into that room?
Can you do
I
magic
mean, I
things?
can't really teleport us in there. I don't have I know of a spell that could do it, but I don't know that spell. Yeah, that.
You have a magic to make Yama sneaky?
I mean, I could polymorph Yama into something small.
Good idea. And we can whack you back.
Mm.
Let's do that.
But then
It's a
what
great
about
idea.
Yama's doggy?
The warg will be fine. It has like normal dexterity and it's not wearing any armor, so it'd still just be a roll.
I believe in this.
Okay,
It'll either fail spectacularly or not.
I'm gonna polymorph Yama into a snail.
Okay.
You can carry me at least.
I'll carry you.
Yeah,
You can be on my
of
shoulder. You can go on my shoulder.
And then is there any benefit to like flying into the room, Dan? The line of sight, like, is there a? I'll ask Pauly. Was there a doorway that like went with like an open door at the end of the hallway that looked like it had like a little wall above the door, so like we could just maybe fly in, and they can't see us?
Not that I remember, no. There was the curtain was kind of in the way, so that's why we want to press up against the wall as much as we can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Cool. That's fine.
So Cillian reveals his leathery bat wings that are an abomination to you, Pauly, I imagine. Wings, while cool,
They need feathers.
yeah,
They're very tattered as well.
only slightly better than being wingless is leathery bat wings, I assume.
They're tattered as fuck,
Yeah.
and that's why my flight speed is equal to my walking speed.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
You got those heavy
Yeah.
bones compared to Pauly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I got
really
hollow
fast.
bones. I got hollow bones. Makes me go faster.
Cool. All right. Do you
Oh,
want to give me all stealth checks then?
Are they going to go so
You
well
don't
or
have
so
to
bad?
because you're a snail.
Thank you very much.
23.
Damn,
Thank-
the warg only got 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the lowest I can roll in stealth now.
18. Maybe we leave the warg here.
I already
Well, you
rolled
don't
it.
know it's not being very stealthy.
Yeah,
that's
Sure.
true.
Yeah, it's already made the effort.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the four of you are kind of making your way along, and Yama, you're in Pauly or Cillian's pocket from memory,
On my
yeah,
shoulder.
I'm holding on.
Oh, like you're
No,
holding
so
it?
I'm just holding on. Yeah.
and the warg Umami is kind of padding behind you, and it's like the warg kind of, especially because it's big, it's got that big dog tendency of it doesn't know how big it is, and its tail's just swinging back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's just bonk, 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 bonk. And you hear a voice from the kind of one of the corridors up ahead go like, oh, what's that? And then a fire giant steps out. And this fire giant has like a large chef's hat. And he sees the giant dog, and he's like, what are you doing out of the keeper's kennels? and he's like, "Here, boy," and like pulls out a large hunk of like a meat on a bone, and tries to like coax your warg over to it.
Sorry, Dan.
Yep.
Because is this? Wait, Yama, is your steed like Find Steed the spell?
Yes.
Is polymorph considered incapacitated?
I don't think so.
Because if so,
because I know it's not a
spell drops.
I know it's not a concentration.
No, because it was like a 10-minute ritual cast, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
I know Yama can dismiss the steed at any time, but I'm happy to rule that the steed still exists. Because Yama just cast it. I don't want to like go, you lose it and have to cast it again. So, but the wrinkle in this is that a giant has seen your giant dog, and is treating it like a dog that's just gotten out of the
I think
cage.
it's fine that it just goes with the giant.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to do anything to stop it.
When you're back to your regular form, I think you can communicate with it over a certain distance.
Yes.
But so you will so do you give Umami the okay, or is Umami the kind of dog that would go for the food?
I think Umami's intelligence is 7, so Umami goes for the food.
I think it's Find Steed. It maybe even bumps up the intelligence a little bit, just because it is like an astral being or something. But Umami goes for the meat, and the fire giant does that thing where it's like lets him eat a little bit, and then kind of grabs him by the scruff of the neck, and it's like, come on, yeah, more treats, and we'll drag Umami up this corridor and out of sight.
Interesting. That was cool. That was a cool happening.
Actually, kind of worked really well because basically distracted that chef.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe there's someone else gone.
All right, can we keep going?
Yep.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Thank God. All right, I'm just gonna do the same thing I did to the Cillian that I did to Karu. Just point out the rune thing, and then just get him to go around it.
Drop the snail on the rune and see what happens.
Can I, just looking at this rune, I don't want to touch it, I just want to look at it.
Sure.
Make an Arcana check?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. So you want to know what it does, obviously.
Yeah, 25.
You definitely think it's some kind of alarm spell.
Beautiful. Thank fuck.
That would make sense considering it has musical notes in the middle of it. The whole thing is musical note. Oh god. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Well,
okay, you're still there. Okay, thank God.
Karu,
I was like, shit, where are they?
What has Karu been doing during this time?
Karu definitely like slipped back into the room, kind of where he's standing. He's just kind of like watching, observing the fire giant from his little shadowy corner.
Do you want to give me maybe a perception check if you've been eyeing the room, or an insight check if you're kind of judging her demeanor?
I'm definitely judging her demeanor. I would mostly say that I'm hoping that she like talks to herself or shit. I'm just trying to gauge what she's about. They're both +1 anyway, so they're both bad. 14.
You don't catch all of it. She has some. She seems to like curse in common, but she's speaking to herself in giant. So perhaps you're not like. And with you can definitely see that she is. She's kind of like pointing in the mirror and like pointing at herself. You think maybe there's a little bit of that like. You don't know if it's like self-talk angry at herself, or if she's like practicing telling someone off, or whether it's aimed at herself. But she's definitely like that kind of vibe, but you just can't tell who she's talking to, right? So I think that with a 14, you get some, but not as much context.
Yep.
I think because you've been in here long enough, though, you do spot a what appears to be a giant weasel, so a weasel about as big as you are, scurry out from under the bed, like up onto the table, pinch a bit of cheese, and then like scurry back under the bed again.
Don't like that. I feel like maybe the reason why he doesn't really gain any more insight on her is that he's just fixated on where that weasel went. He's just watching that spot. Because he's like, I kind of want a giant weasel. That's kind of fun. But also...
do you want to give me a perception check to see what you glean from the giant weasel?
Yep. 13.
It's dark under there. It's far away.
Yep.
The weasel is cunning and practically invisible.
You weasel. Oh. Okay. All right. Shall we go in? Let's smack Yama back.
I think we wait. I think we hold Yama out for. Wait. Do we want Yama?
Yama's
to do
doing the talking. Yeah, Yama's doing the talking because I'm gonna be the
Alright.
sneaky.
I'm gonna like
And
throw
the stabbing,
Yama out
the
of my
stabbing the
hands.
necky.
I'm just gonna like toss Yama like in front of me on the floor like a pokeball.
Yeah.
So his like little snail shell cracks.
Yeah, like any damage at all. Snails have no hit points.
I mean,
Yeah, it
I love
makes
that
that
you
little-
could have just stopped concentrating, but you decided to hurt Yama anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt Yama. It just hurts the snail fall.
Yeah.
Snails make that horrible sound too when you crunch them.
Yeah, it announces Yama in the room.
Very good.
So do you just like throw me in front of the queen?
Yama, I
no,
choose
I'm just
you.
throwing you on the ground in front of me. Like
Okay.
literally right in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. So Yama, you are summoned. And for my internal brain records, Cillian, do you have your cloak out and wearing it?
I do.
Okay.
Very important.
Should I go stealth and then be the stabby in the back if this doesn't work out?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm happy to draw the attention to me if you just want to use me as a distraction.
Oh my god, natty 1, but it's still a 23. Reliable
That's
talent.
so hacks. So Yama, thanks to the muttering to his armor that he was doing before, and I used the crown for the boost, his wings are out. His butterfly wings, his beautiful butterfly wings. So he's going to confidently, with the aura of a monarch, walk in and announce himself, basically, while he kind of, from this side-eye, notices maybe Pauly using that to his advantage.
Yep. Sure.
Can I be sneaky and get behind somehow?
As she's looking in the mirror, you can move where you like, Pauly.
Wee.
Uh,
Wee.
her back is to you, Yama and Pauly, as you kind of enter the room. But you see that she spots you in the mirror itself, obviously. And she sort of turns to look at you, and then in Goblin, says to you, it is customary to kneel before a queen. State your business on your knees.
And Yama lowers himself graciously to one knee. Maybe he has his katana out and it's radiating its light. And he kind of has it in front of himself as he kneels, and he bows his head with a bit of a air of an aristocrat. You know, you can tell he's done this before. And he says, maybe I'm like here, a little bit further in.
Sure.
And he's like, my beautiful and glorious queen, I have come to free you and grant you, help aid you in granting you this castle, taking it from those who seek to share or control your power. He's taking a stab in the dark.
Give me a deception check.
Oh shit. Oh wait, well there's still a +5 to this because it's charisma based. Let me just double check this. So this is giving me so my Witch-like Monarch Crown is giving me a +5 bonus to all charisma based ability checks. So it's not a +5 to my charisma. So
But
deception.
it is a ability check, yeah.
So that's a 28.
Hell yeah, good job.
So she says, 28. She says, then your the Azarkul have begun their ride, and we have a deal.
Indeed, they have. They will be arriving shortly, but I think we should make haste and begin the battle.
I will give up. If your forces, and this conversation's happening in Goblin, so anyone else in this room is just hearing this kind of snarling, kind of guttural Goblin sound.
Love it.
I would like to hear what I hear, if that's okay, please, Dan. Thank you.
King Snur. Yeah.
And maybe you've heard this from Yama before as he like talks in his sleep or something.
So she
That makes me happy.
she says as agreed, your forces help me take command of this pirate crew and this stronghold, and we will withdraw from the Starforge.
Indeed, we are in agreement, but we must hurry and make haste, my queen, as they are breaching the Isle now. We must have battle underway as they arrive.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, Yama. Fuck yeah, Yama.
She.
I'm gonna write down all those words she just said.
That was sick, dude.
She hefts her scepter up onto her shoulder, and says, "Where is your army?"
No, that's why they're speaking in Goblin. Don't worry.
Yeah, Yama's just gonna say, I have with me a small advanced force. As we engage the king, my armies will be breaching from the rear of the volcano. But we must distract him first. We must pull his attention first.
She says, "I have 2 giants that are loyal to me. If we can take the throne room, the rest will fall into line."
If we take the throne room first, will there be others that can hear the sound? Will reinforcements arrive? Or will your forces, your allies, be able to head them off, perhaps?
I can position my loyalists to perhaps run some interference, but we will need the aid of your army before too long.
And how many giants hold the fortress currently?
Along with the Pirate King and his personal guard, there are...
Don't say anything over 4.
14, 15 goblin, giant kind. There's a pack of visiting gnolls, but I'm not sure. They probably won't get involved.
Oh I'm so happy we did this way instead of just being like, let's go kill the king.
Yeah, 14, 15. So if we can take the throne room, she's saying that the rest will just kind of be subdued. So we
They'll
won't be
fall into
fighting all of
line
them.
in,
Yeah.
in terms of
Okay.
she's saying that they'll follow me if we can take out the king.
Can anyone else think of any questions for her? Yama
Allies.
says
Oh, yeah, they had the
telepathically.
allies already. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. She's only got 2.
Weaknesses of the king.
Yeah, do you know of any weaknesses of his? Anything we can exploit?
No real weaknesses, but the cloak he wears is the cloak of a ice dragon, so it provides him cold resistance.
Resistance, okay.
That's
That's-
cool.
That's great to know.
And the 2 guards with him are experts in defense.
In defense.
I mean, one of them's got 2 shields instead of a sword.
Yeah. Are any of them spellcasters? Does the king cast spells?
The king, Snur has some spells, such as like stone shape and meld into stone.
Alright. That's it for me, guys. Are we ready?
She says, I have some magic of my own as well. Yeah.
Has Dan's mic gone weird? Or is it my kitchen?
It might be me, because you're all sounding very roboty for me. So
Everything was roboty for me. Then I just left and then came back.
Yeah.
Same.
Fix this
All
up.
good.
cool.
Yeah. Put that.
I was like, I'm gonna leave and come back, and then hopefully this fixes it.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Maybe it was me.
Yeah.
Perfect. Fuck yeah! I'm so happy about this.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Right, shall I-
no offensive spells. Don't use colds. Does she speak common? Did she react? Because Yama said the first like he greeted her in common.
Yeah, well,
But
she
then
seems
she
to
slipped
understand
into
common,
Goblin?
but she saw you and then started talking to you in Goblin.
Yeah.
And Karu has heard her swearing in common.
Alright. I was just trying to talk to my allies without her knowing what I was saying, but that's fine. Alright, so Yama's just gonna say, well, my allies are assembled, and in fact, they've already infiltrated this room. Let us not waste any more time.
Do I gauge what's like kind of being said? Like, can I make a insight
Well,
check
maybe-
to see if I can read body language to be like, maybe I can jump out now?
I think that last bit might have just been in common, so that you guys
Wait.
get a hint to know
I'm gonna.
that.
It's done. I'm just gonna pop out of the shadows and go. G'day, Queen.
Yep. Yeah.
it's
We all
like,
just.
You, Pauly, see that she is unsurprised to see you. She was tracking you that whole time.
Holy
That's
shit.
dope.
That's so dope.
So when you come and land, perhaps on the bed, you don't see her surprised. Like her eyes
Yeah.
go to like Cillian and Karu when they enter. She's more like, oh, I need to take in this threat, because she'd already knew where you
Clocked
were.
me.
Yeah,
Sure.
she
Yeah.
clocked
Okay.
you.
At 23. Fuck. That's impressive.
Is there anything in the room that I see as I pass through the room with my robe of eyes?
You, I guess, catch. There's nothing in the. There's perhaps an ethereal glow about the mirror that she's looking at, but it's more. Actually, no, it's more like an arcane kind of thing. You don't see any ghosts or anything that's hanging out on the ethereal plane in here. As you enter the room, though, you can see under the bed, and Pauly, as you're perhaps like perched on the edge of the bed, the 2 giant weasels come up and kind of greet you.
I pet him.
There were 2? Fuck.
Yeah.
I
only
pet
saw
him.
1.
I hope these are the allies.
She said she had 2 allies, so
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Oh, what's her name?
Oh yeah.
She introduced herself as Queen Fruppy.
Fruppy. I like
Fruppy,
that.
Queen Fruppy.
I'm gonna like look at Yama and then look over at Pauly and be like, "So, are we going after the king now?"
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
She looks cool.
she's dope.
She's giving me bad bitch vibes.
Mm.
Cillian's going to ready a spell of polymorph
Okay.
for himself. So
I
when
see.
battle commences, he's going to turn into a T-Rex.
Now,
No.
Pauly, there is obviously, as I mentioned before, there are a number of chests, strong boxes, coffers, caskets, etc. Do you, as Queen Fruppy goes to follow Yama out the door and follow Karu, the weasels are hanging around. They're kind of watching you, unless they're giving you a bit too much attention. But
You don't steal from pals.
Okay.
You steal from them when they betray you, and then you've taken your rapier out of this eye socket.
yeah, after you've pre-betrayed them.
That's exactly it.
Yama, as he walks out, takes a potion of growth
Ah.
and walks.
Oh shit!
beside the-
Pauly is going to drink a fire resistance potion. I forgot we had those.
That too. Let's chuck 2 potions.
Oh yeah,
Thank
we
you.
like. Are we doing it? Is that?
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do
We're
it.
in. We're in.
So
Yeah.
I am large for 4 hours because I rolled 4. That's dope.
Yeah, so you're still a bit smaller than Queen Fruppy, but you are quite large. Yeah, double the size of. And these doors become less of a problem now that you're a size larger.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I'm gonna do my potion of hill giant strength. One of them.
Mhm.
Let me drink that.
I chugged my.
Am I the
fire
only
resistance
small one?
too.
Because we also have a T-Rex now too.
Cillian's not
Yeah.
a T-Rex.
I'm not a T-Rex yet.
Yet.
He's
About
getting
to
it
be.
ready.
I can't just imagining it too. It's like, maybe Pauly's like leading the crew and he's like, like doing like an epic walkout, and everyone just gets really, really big behind him, and there's like, Cillian turning into a T-Rex. He's like, oh, what the fuck? Oh. And like kind of like puffs up a little bit more, but like it's really nothing actually impressive.
I was gonna say Karu doesn't get bigger. He's just like you just see the steroid
bulge.
veins just, and like he's still a lichen in his werefish form, so he just gets a little more feral. But he's still the same size.
Yeah,
we're small together.
As we're walking out there, like the door's still open, and like Pauly just straight up tries to open it, and then just kind of like slides because he can't open it by himself.
And then Karu's like, I got you, buddy.
Still holding on to the ring that's on the door,
Yeah.
just like.
And then
pushed
I just
down
go
the way.
flying. Yeah. Pauly just goes whacking into this like the wall.
Talking tactics, should we let the queen go out as if
Yes.
it's any normal
Yep.
day?
Yep.
And give us some time to fan.
Yes, that's a very, very smart idea. And I will go stealth
Nice.
for the 7th time today.
So the queen will walk over to these doors, open one of them. You'll see her poke her head in,
28. It's great.
and say a few things in giant,
Ooh.
and then following her out of the room, 2 giants follow her.
Hell yes,
they
that's
look
so
sick
awesome.
Too. Look
Oh,
at
I
the
haven't seen it.
armor.
They do look dope.
Uh,
The
so
other one looks dope.
This one
Dope.
is.
I knew something was good behind these doors.
Oh, what the?
That's dope.
That looks so sick.
Aren't you glad though that we didn't just kill her? We actually were like, why don't we try talking to her?
Absolutely.
I know, and that was my whole thing. I was like, let's
Yeah.
talk to her first, but if it doesn't work out, I can stab them.
But it was so good that we went and got Yama.
Oh, fucking A. Us,
Pauly
us,
and
us-
Karu, no way.
us dinguses, no. Well,
Wouldn't
yeah,
have
when it
even
comes,
thought of any of those questions. Would have just been like, want to take off the queen?
you want to stab
wanna-
people?
Want to
Yeah.
stab people? Yeah. How do you feel
Yeah.
about killing? Like,
When you deal with royalty, you get royalty. That's what you do.
Exactly.
So you're with her. She's definitely like making sure that you're with her. I mean, you're like quite large as well, so you're hard to.
Yeah,
she walks right through that rune like it ain't no thing. You see it like flash.
I want to stealth behind the giants, so I just kind of want to like line myself up with one of their legs. I don't care if this fails. I think I just want to do this anyway.
Sure.
I am walking beside her as if one of her guards.
Yeah. I mean, you're about as big as like an Etin or an Oni. Like you are giant sized for sure. Yeah.
Can I just be really sneaky and try to get fly out through the arches and then gum up the top here?
Sure.
Okay.
If you want to give me a
28.
You got a 28, and Karu, you got a 13. Let's see if
I said I wasn't trying particularly hard.
Yeah, you think you've been clocked by at least the shield one for sure.
That's fine.
She comes in and you sort of stand sort of at the edge of the light here, points at the king, and just starts going off at him in giant. And you see her
She's finally letting loose.
Yeah, and just like she's waving around her mace as like her sort of scepter. She's like pointing back at the rest of the the two that are with her, just like really emphasizing that kind of like you've let us down. You're getting a lot of like you've let us down. You've led us astray. It's taken too long. All you do is fucking sit here. You never mow the lawn. You never mow the volcano. You're not you're not even using. And you hear her say. You hear her mention a name that stands out. You hear Brimskarda, which sounds more like a name than like just a word in giant.
Okay.
But you have no context for it. And then you see her point to Yama, and then point to him, point to the king, and you see him kind of stand up. He grabs his sword, and we're going to roll initiative. But it is 9 o'clock, so do we want to start that fight next week? Right?
Yeah.
Swing of
No.
things.
I'll keep going. I'll keep going now.
I really don't want to clock off, but also I know we won't get through the whole fight.
Oh,
This is going to be a
Big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to get into it now.
That's right. We'll call it here.
You have to be at
Okay.
work at 5 a.m.
Yeah, we'll call it here. We've had a good solid 2
Alright.
hours. If you want time for fights, stop.
I want to
dilly-dallying. You know what I'm saying?
strategize.
Hey, if we hadn't a dilly dally, we probably wouldn't have got the queen on our side.
That's
so
also a
it
very
was
good point.
worthwhile. Ignore all the hallway fights and training dogs and whatnot. Like, ignore all that.
Yeah, we didn't actually fuff around too much.
Yep. So we'll kick into that next week. We'll start hot and fresh
Scary.
as the fight kicks off. So we'll save rolling initiative until then. Pauly has kind of positioned himself in a very good location. There are obviously many other giants among the fortress in general. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to the sound of battle and the sound of their pirate captain calling for help. I'm sure it'll be fine because the hobgoblin army is right round the corner, right, Yama? They'll be helping you in a moment.
I'll totally be here.
And that's it. We'll call it there, and we'll play next week. See you, everybody. Bye bye.
Love
Bye.
you, Pauly.